What's up, guys? Jasper Gonzo here. And what's next? In this episode, this has been something I've been wanting to do for a while now. And I'm not going to try to... I could do a long form video in regards to this issue. Easily 20 minutes and a half hour, but I won't, only because I think there is enough information out there, credible information out there, that I think to warrant a 20 minutes to a half hour video would, I think, maybe seem overkill. But nonetheless, it's a story I've been wanting to do. And but I'm going to do the video at from a perspective of what's going on now versus the beginning of this situation. Because unfortunately this beginning, this genesis, if you will, goes way back. So let's kick off with this story from two different angles, and then my thoughts. Let's take a look. This comes out of the Blaze video. Jews attacked by pro-Palestinian protesters in Toronto. Anti-Semitic chants hurled in London. F Jews rape their daughters. Yeah. Should be fun, right? There were two disturbing incidents directed at Jews this weekend as tensions flared from the current Israel-Gaza conflict. Anti-Semitic chants were shouted from a pro-Palestinian caravan in London, and Jews were attacked during a pro-Palestine rally in Toronto. There was a large pro-Palestinian rally at Nathan Phillips Square in downtown Toronto on Saturday, where more than 5,000 Canadians showed their support for Palestine in the Israel-Gaza conflict. 5,000 Canadians showed up for their support of Palestine, a group that really has no claims to Israel, but yet continues to claim Israel. Just saying. There was also a much smaller pro-Israel rally that took place in Toronto. The pro-Israel demonstration needed police protection from the members of the pro-Palestine protest. Tolerance. You gotta love it. We're going to show you a clip of the video, and then we'll continue. See the protest going on. You could see the police out there in force. But of course, you can see the pro-Palestine flags. Of course, anybody with a Jewish flag was getting taunted. You could see that they were getting things thrown at them. Folks, this is Canada, folks. This is Canada. Shame on you, as the Palestine protesters point fingers at the pro-Israel protesters. Okay, let's continue with this, but as you can see by the person who took the video, Jews violently attacked. This was not a peaceful demonstration. Jews were escorted to leave. Jews said they felt like they were walking into the lion's den. They came around the fences to find us. They came to hurt us. This isn't about Israel anymore. This is about Jews. At one point on Saturday, members from both protests were together in the streets. Violent video shows pro-Palestinian members violently attacking Jews, striking them with makeshift weapons such as a flagpole with a Palestinian flag. My thoughts quickly on this part before I jump into the next segment, which ties into this. The fact of the matter is that when it comes to the Israel-Palestine conflict, this has been going on for decades. This is nothing new to anybody. Now, anybody of this generation, like Generation Z, would automatically see as the media continues to portray Israel as the big baddie regarding little Palestine. But Israel has made it very clear over the decades, since their inception, since their creation of a state in 1948, after years of fighting, that Israel is a state and they do expect to exist. They do have a right to exist. But you see the left-wing media. The left-wing media, this is Canada. The left-wing media here in the United States makes it very clear that Palestine are the victims and Israel is the threat. This comes from Breitbart. With Israel still under attack, Senator Ossoff leads Democrats in call for ceasefire. Democrats lead for ceasefire. Senator John Ossoff led 28 Senate Democrats on Sunday in calling for a ceasefire in the conflict between Palestine Hamas, which is a terrorist organization. They are the threat. And the fact of the matter is, Israel was not going to stand there and allow rockets to be popped off on them. There is a number of videos and a number of pictures taken regarding their defense tactics, Israel's defense tactics in defending themselves. But Israel's the bad guy, so let's move on. Palestine, Hamas, terrorists, and Israel, even though Israeli military says that it needs more time to neutralize the threat posted by Hamas. And they will neutralize the threat. Ossoff ran for office touting his Jewish identity. Of course, giving an interview to left-wing Israeli daily Haaretz, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, in December, titled John Ossoff Tells Haaretz, how his Jewish upbringing taught him to fight for justice. My Jewish upbringing instilled me in a conviction to fight for the marginalized and oppressed, and also to be vigilant where there's a risk of that any authoritarianism may emerge. But on Sunday, Ossoff led calls by left-wing Senate Democrats for Israel's effective surrender to Hamas. Not both parties go to your respective corners, but for Israel to surrender. A Hamas spokesman declared Sunday that any ceasefire at this point would be on the terrorist group terms, not Israel. Israel Defense Minister Benny Gantz told soldiers Sunday that while they were making progress, fighting would continue. My thoughts on this. Real quick, Ossoff is a clown, so there's no shocker there, as you can see by the comments that he made in a left-wing Israeli interview in December. And of course, for him to defend a clown like Warnock, who made anti-Israeli comments, no shocker there. The guy's a racist, and an anti-Semite. I'm waiting for the lovely Louis Farrakhan to make his comments regarding Israel because he just loves them so much. But in this situation, I stand with Israel. Anybody who knows me knows that I am pro-Israel. I am standing by them because they have a right to exist. They have a right to defend their country. They have a right to defend their nationality. You had Jews being confronted with violence, especially in 2020, to the lights that we haven't seen in quite a few years. But of course, it's always blamed on the white supremes. But in reality, yeah, it's more minority based. But this conflict is not going to end. Hamas is a terrorist organization. They're trash, and they need to be wiped from the planet. It sounds familiar because there have been those on the left who have said Israel needs to be wiped from the planet, wiped from existence. Gee. But this is not going to end anytime soon. And at the end of the day, it's not my decision. It's not their decision. It's his decision. And once he decides what's going on, yeah, it's pretty much the end of it. But my prayers are for Israel, for the people of Israel, not only to defend themselves, but also to keep themselves safe. I think there are those on the Palestinian side who want this to end, who never want this to begin with. They just want, in their opinion, the right to exist also. And they do. But they have no claims to Israel. Hamas has no claims to Israel whatsoever. And who started popping off first? Oh yeah, Hamas. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Please comment below, like it, share it, subscribe it. Wow. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.